There we go.
All right, what is going on, everybody? It is Frankie here for the Bakersfield Gentlemen on that third podcast with my brother Miguel. Again, you guys, we are here at Culebras Lounge in Bakersfield, California on this very warm day. It is 67, 68 degrees, somewhere in there. Very unusually warm for right now, but it feels nice. We've got the door open to the club. We got a nice little breeze coming in, and now I'm getting a phone call. Fantastic. I apologize about that, guys. Other than that, you guys, we have a few special guests for you guys today. We have some stuff to talk about. Just want to let you know, we right now are smoking the Sinistro. This is the Barbarian. This is a test blend that we're doing right now. We can't talk too much about anything like that. So, say it. What?
That's not the name. Don't worry about it.
He said I could say that. I asked what I could say.
Okay, because I didn't. Oh, my goodness.
So that is what we are smoking right now, you guys. Other than that, I can't tell you anything about the wrapper, the binder, the blend, nothing about that. Just what it is that we are smoking. And I feel really blessed that we were able to do that for James. So with that being said, you guys, let's get the show started.
I don't know if this is true, but every time I look back on the years, I feel like I wasted my youth. How did I get so cold? How do I wind up every single day going through this life all alone? When am I gonna change? Another day, another month, another year, and still I feel just the same. Oh, help me, I can't shake this feeling away. Help me, I feel like I'm going insane. Help me, I got nowhere to go, I'm afraid. Help me turn this around here today. There's no laughter these days. Far too seldom do I get the chance to even put a smile on my face.
There we go.
All right, guys, we are with everybody. So you guys can see, we have a few guests today. Looks like a full panel. I don't think we've had this many people on.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while since we've had a full house right here. So what we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to let them each take a minute to introduce themselves. If you guys want to tell us your name, where you're from, and maybe give people a couple of cigars that are your go-to so they can see as far as what your palate brings. And we'll start with the top. We'll start with Clinton right there.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Clinton Douglas. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm 1/3 of co-founders of Queen City Cigar Fest here in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's why we're here on the show. My favorite cigars. Right now, I'm smoking a lot of Plasencias. The Alma de Fuego is my favorite right now. And for years, I was partial with Cubans. I used to import them a lot from Switzerland and Europe, things like that. But now I'm starting to open my palate, and I'm really into Nicaraguans. But I'm really not experimenting that much right now. But I would say the Plasencia, Alma de Fuego is one of my favorites, and I'm also smoking the oldie but goodie, the My Father El Bijou.
Fantastic. That's actually one of my brother's favorite cigars right there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
All right, so let's move on. Drida,
yes.
you want to let people know who you are and a couple of cigars that maybe define your palate?
Of course. So, yes, my name is Drida, and I'm smoking under the moniker Elegant Plume. Also 1/3 of the founders of Queen City Cigar Fest. I'm originally from Southern California, but currently reside in Charlotte, North Carolina. And some of my go-to cigars would be Ashton VSG, Espinosa 601. Let's see what else. Yeah, Placencia de Fuego. Is it Alma de Fuego? That one.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many, but those are the top three that come to my mind right now. I definitely love full body cigars, full flavor. Partial to San Andreas and Ecuadorian wrappers.
I like that.
Fantastic,
I like that a lot.
fantastic. All right, Damon, how about you?
How's everybody doing today?
Doing well.
Great.
So I am Damon Robinson. I am the last third of the co-founders of the Queen City Cigar Festival. You can find me on Instagram as Damon_the Cigar Culturalist. I'm a tobacconist consultant. I love cigars. Right now, I'm smoking the Aroa Hamastron. I don't really have a favorite cigar. It's kind of like asking me, so who's your favorite child? But I will say that whenever I go, like I'm in one of my favorite cigar lounges right now at Burners. But anytime I go into the humidor, I try to look for something new. But when I can't find something new, I always end up falling back on my I guess you call my foundational cigars, which is anything from Aroa, whether it's Aladino or Christian, mostly anything from my father, and then also from Aganorsa. So I smoke the Aganorsa Corojo. I'm smoking the Aroa Hamastron. I also have a Aroa Dark over here that I'm going to smoke. And one of my actual favorite cigars as of the past year or two has been the La Aroma de Cuba Edition Especial reblended by Don Pepin, and then also the new Fonseca by my father. So yeah, those stay in my rotation.
Very nice.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic. You all have some great choices there. So as everybody can see right there at the bottom of the screen, you guys, we have a ticker going, Queen City Cigar Fest. That is on Instagram. That is what these three people are the co-founders of, and that is what we are here to talk about today. So the three of you came up with this idea for Queen City Cigar Fest, and that's obviously Charlotte, North Carolina, if I am correct. What was it about the cigar culture in Charlotte that led you to come together and say, you know what, we need to make our own event for cigars?
Great question. And, it's funny that we talk about that often, and I feel like Damon is the best person to
Right.
kind of summarize that. So, Damon, you want to?
Yeah, I agree because he came up with the idea. So what was behind that, Damon?
Oh, you
Can't hear us?
Well, it sounds garbled. I don't know if it's on my end or your end.
Oh, okay. We were just asking what was the idea behind coming up with the event? What was it about the cigar culture in Charlotte that said you guys needed to come together to make this a reality?
Well, I will say that we kind of looked at a lot of the different, other cigar events that were going around the nation, and we figured it was high time for Charlotte to have one because, everyone wants to try to put their city on the map, on the cigar culture map, so to speak. Charlotte is no different in that regard. We have a very diverse cigar community here within our larger cigar culture. And we just felt like it was time for us to kind of put Charlotte on the map. Now, we initially had this idea a couple of years ago. It didn't really work out at the time. But, I'm a big believer in timing, right? And when it came back up, all three of us came together and said, now is the time. Now is the time for us to try to put this thing together. And oddly enough, things have been working out in our favor. Even during this COVID time, things have been working out in our favor.
Okay, fantastic. So, as far as the setup for your cigar festival is going to go, we do one out here in Bakersfield. We call it Stogie Fest. We've been a part of running that for the past 4 years now. And what we do for ours is we partner with the local bar that's right next door and one of the restaurants that's right across the street. And the three of us kind of come together. We get about 6 to 7 different reps out here They'll have all their stuff for sale, drinks, dinner, raffles. What are you guys going to include in yours? How is your setup going to be? Are you going to focus on one major manufacturer and bring them in? You guys going to have some boutiques, some legacy lines, a mix of it all? What can people expect when they come to Queen City Cigar Fest?
Well, I think actually to answer your question, it's a little bit of all of that, right?
Okay.
I'm a big boutique cigar smoker, but there are many mainstream lines that I also like, within the family of Romeo Julieta, Monte Cristo, more of the traditional names. But I'm still just more of a boutique cigar smoker. But the entirety of the Queen City Cigar Festival will encompass all of that in some regard, right? So, I mean, if you like, we can kind of go through. We can kind of tell you, kind of give you a layout of it if you like.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah.
So it's going to go from Wednesday through Sunday, May 19th to May 23rd.
Nice.
And what we're trying to do with the Queen City Cigar Fest is heavily focus on the lounges, right? Because all three of us, we are heavily involved in our local cigar community, and we feel that we would be remiss in our duties as cigar lovers if we had a cigar festival and we didn't incorporate the lounges. That just doesn't make sense.
100%.
So Wednesday night we're having a big kickoff party. It's going to be at Taylor Smoke, and Taylor Smoke is basically our anchor lounge, so to speak. But we're going to have a big kickoff party at Taylor Smoke in Uptown. Thursday, during the day from 11 to 6, we're going to have an event at Smoke and Barrel in Mount Holly. And then from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., we're going to go to Gold Leaf, that's up north. Friday, we're going from 11 to 6. We're going to be at Aroma Cigar, etc. And then from 7 p.m. until close, we'll be at Taylor Smoke in Concord. Saturday, we're going to have a big outdoor beer and cigar festival. And then that night, we're going to have, hey guys, can I go ahead and say the name of our cigar dinner? Or you want to hold off on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we're having a cigar dinner, but the name that we came up for is called Puros en Blanco, which is basically a cigar dinner in white. And we didn't want to just call it a simple cigar dinner or a white party. We wanted to have a name that sounded more traditional to the cigar culture. Therefore, it's called Puros en Blanco. And then on Sunday, we're having a big cigar brunch. So that's basically the layout.
With the educational component as well for that cigar brunch. So we're going to have somebody to come and actually, teach people about whatever they feel like teaching. We found that it was very important that we add an element of education to it.
Okay, fantastic,
I like
fantastic.
that.
I didn't even think about something like that.
And
Now, see, you guys are going all out.
Yeah.
Our Stogie Fest lasts from 5 to 9 on a Friday night. That's about it. So
I'm just jealous hearing how many lounges you have out there right now. So I just want to go just to see them all. Yeah, that's incredible.
And it's growing. I mean, they call Charlotte Little Atlanta. I mean, if you know anything about the cigar culture in Atlanta, it's huge. They got 70, 80 cigar lounges within the 50-mile radius. So we don't have that, but we're definitely growing. We have, I think maybe 1 or 2 different cigar lounges that are supposed to be open by the time our festival starts. So it's growing, and we just wanted to make sure that we emphasize and kind of highlight the cigar culture here in Charlotte. It's important.
that's absolutely fantastic. So instead of highlighting the manufacturers, you guys are highlighting the lounges. That is a completely different way of thinking about it that I ever thought about. So it's almost like saying you guys are doing a cigar crawl almost, because you guys are going from lounge to lounge to lounge, which I absolutely love. I actually thought about people in cities like you said, Atlanta or Phoenix, even maybe Dallas, some place that I've been that have large cigar communities to do that. And I just think it'd be kind of hard to get some of the lounges to work together because obviously they want everybody to come to their lounge, get their business. But you guys have been able to work that out. That is a brilliant idea. I really like that. I think it gives people a nice opportunity. Maybe you go to the first lounge, it's maybe kind of not their vibe, but they go to the next one and the third one and they find other lounges that they do like, and then they become regulars there, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So I like that aspect of what you guys are doing. That is absolutely brilliant.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because every lounge has its own unique vibe, right? Some people like it a little bit, spunky. Some like it real chill with, jazz music playing. So that's one of the things that I do love about Charlotte is that it has a cigar lounge for pretty much everybody, and no matter what mood that you're in. Like sometimes I want to listen to a little bit of hip hop, so I go to a lounge that has that. Sometimes I want a more chill vibe where I often take my laptop and I'll work at a lounge. And there's lounges that open up at 10 a.m. I have my coffee, I have, my cigar, and I'm working. So every lounge has something specific to offer, and we just want to make sure that everybody gets to see that. So yeah, when people are coming in from out of state, they're just like, hey, I really enjoy Killer Smoke. I'm going to come there. I'm going to tell my friends about that or go leave or so forth. So yeah.
Yeah, and even for our local attendees, I think what the local lounges get out of this, one of the advantages for them participating is that we're going to bring a lot of different people that have never been to that lounge there to the lounge. So, it opens up the possibility of bringing more customers in for them.
Right.
As well, not every lounge in Charlotte, got that, understood that, and some, didn't want to be involved, but that's okay. We have plenty of participating lounges, and they see the benefit, and yeah, it's going to be a wonderful thing for our attendees.
Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. So,
Well,
when
just
people
a second,
sign
I
up
want to
for,
kind of piggyback off of what Drida and Clint said, because if you guys go to our Instagram page at Queen City Cigar Fest and you scroll down to the IG video for Tailored Smoke, there is a video interview we did with Preston. And to Drida's point, Preston sums up that very succinctly, but also very passionately. So if you go look at that video, you will get a really good idea from what he's saying about how our local cigar community, our local cigar culture is.
I'll have to check that out then. Yeah, for sure. And guys, remember that is the iDrink link right there at the bottom. That is going to be it. Check it out. And then, like we were talking about right before, I think there's a website coming as well. Yes.
Yes, we are finalizing a few more things, and then we're hoping that it can be live within the next week or two.
fantastic,
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
If you guys would again, please, real quick, just remind everybody what dates these are going to be.
It is Wednesday, May 19th through Sunday, May 23rd.
Oh man, that's a good amount of time to go out and just
Yeah.
relax and have some smoke.
Yeah, we're going to be plenty smoked out by Sunday, right?
So let me ask you guys more like personal on this one. What's do you have like a daily number that you hit, or is it like I have one whenever I feel like it? Is like let me see. What's your usual range? What do you smoke on a daily?
I don't smoke daily. I would put that number more to weekly because sometimes my smoke sessions are 3 at a time, because I'm there for 5-6 hours. So I would say maybe 6 or 7 a week.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably smoke.
How about you?
What's that?
How about you? How many cigars do you usually smoke in a day?
Yeah,
I've cut back a lot in the last year or so. So I'm more like I smoke Thursday through Sunday, and I may do average of 2. But like Drida, if I'm at a lounge for 5-6 hours, which can happen, I'll smoke 3 easily.
Yeah.
And about 10 during that.
I'm more with Damon there. The two a day is kind of where I go to, unless we're doing like a review day or an event. If I can make it out there in May, it's going to be more than 2 a day. I can already feel it. There's going to be quite a few in there.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, we would
Something
also
like that.
want you to participate in our in our local cigar culture here.
I want to. I want to.
I want to kind of piggyback on something that you said. You said that we're focusing on the lounges, not so much as the manufacturers. Make no mistake about it. We are focusing on cigar manufacturers, but we are doing that through the lounges.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, are there any ones that you guys are partnered with that'll be supplying swag or anything like that, or is that not? Don't talk about that yet, or how's that going to go?
I'll let
we can
Drida
talk
answer
about that yet.
No worries. No worries. So there's still a lot of information to come out. We still have a few months before it takes place. So once your guys' link goes live for the website, we'll make sure to let everybody know. But they can also keep up to date on the Instagram page as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to start with Damon on this question. What got you smoking cigars? What what was it about cigars that got you going to your first one?
I'm going to, all right, be completely honest here. And my answer probably goes against the grain of what guys would normally say. A woman actually got me into cigars.
Nice.
Before I moved to Charlotte in 2016, I was a resident of Nashville, Tennessee for about 22 years. And a friend of mine, she gave me my first cigar. We were shooting pool and watching football. And she said, here, try this. I never had a cigar before. It's a Romeo Julieta. And first thing she said is, don't inhale. If you inhale, it'll be your last cigar. So I said, so what am I supposed to do? Before then, I smoked different things. So she said, don't inhale. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? She says, go ahead, just put it in your mouth, kind of like mouthwash, and then spit it out. I did it. I didn't really see what the big deal was. But then an older gentleman, a friend of mine named Joe Bick, he was a seasoned cigar smoker. If I'm 45 now, I was maybe 32 at the time, and Joe was 50. He was a seasoned cigar smoker. He used to smoke brick houses religiously. He bought me my first brick house. He gave me a small desktop humidor. He taught me how to smoke cigars. So I would start off with brick houses, and then I would kind of start just making my way around the humidor. And when he taught me how to smoke it, that's when I became very intrigued by it. Because up to that time, I was a heavy whiskey drinker, being in Tennessee, so lots of Jack Daniels flowing. But anything that I partake in, I always want to know how it's made in all these different things. So I just kind of got it. I really got into it. I was very passionate about it. And, I guess like anybody, you start out with some people start off with infused cigars. They start off with a mild cigar, and they kind of work their way on up to like medium or full body cigars. And then now I've settled back down into more Habano wrap cigars, like Criollo, Corojo, Rosado, Habano, those type of things.
Okay, fantastic. Drida, before I get into you real quick, I want to just take some comments here. Just want to say hello to Cam, Antiano, Matt, Leo, Kevin, Paul, Anthony joining us from England over there. Brad, how you all doing? Brad said he's smoking a Camacho Criollo Gordo right now. Paul says that Clinton, he loves that artwork behind you. He says reminds him of a piece that David Spears celebrating the Roots and Blues Festival in Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
So he likes your picture right there.
It
And
is
Leo
nice.
says, Damon, what are you smoking? It looks great.
Oh yeah.
Say it again?
They're
What are
asking
you
you.
smoking?
What are you smoking?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm smoking the Iroa Hamastron.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
There we go. So Leo, that's what he's smoking right now. Rita, so same to you. What got you into your first cigar?
Well, mine is the opposite of Damon. So I was dating a guy that actually owned a cigar lounge in the Maryland area. He came down to visit, and he was like, hey, why don't you come with me to go visit a cigar lounge? And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we were actually in the Winston-Salem area, went to a cigar lounge, Havana Fields, shout out for them. And he gave me a cigar, and I'm like, I don't know, like I had never smoked anything prior to that, and I was a little intimidated by it. But what he gave me, my very first cigar, infused, was an Acid Blondie. So I smoked that, and I loved the flavors. And even more than that, I loved the ambiance of that particular lounge. It was so classy and elegant in there, and I just loved the feel of it. So shortly after that, I came back to Charlotte, and I started going through the entire Acid line, like all of them. I wanted to smoke them all at that point. And then a friend of mine told me there was a cigar lounge in Charlotte. And then I started going there, and then met these gentlemen at the cigar lounge, and started figuring out like you can really meet some really good people in the cigar lounge from all walks of life. And then after that, then I started smoking other infused cigars like Fat Bottom Betty and all her sisters, and Tabak, Dulce, Negra, all that. And then I started going into the more medium body, and now I'm very much a full body smoker. It's been about 5 years now, so I'm still a newbie somewhat, but yeah.
Fantastic. So Clinton, how about you?
So my journey started about 20 years ago. probably been smoking a little longer than that. I did take 5 years off in between, but I used to work at a bank in downtown Charlotte, and there used to be this small cigar lounge in one of the buildings called Tinderbox. And I used to pass this place every day, and the smell used to come out of there because you were allowed to smoke inside there, but it was very, very small. So there was only enough room for 2 people to smoke in there. But the aroma that was coming out was intriguing. So me, my coworker and I, we started going in there, just looking around, and the guys that were smoking, they were a lot older than us. They looked so damn cool. You know what I mean? Just the whole idea of holding a cigar and, the way they looked doing it was cool. And we started smoking on our lunch breaks. We'll go there to Tinderbox, and we were smoking straight trash. We didn't know what the heck we were smoking. I can remember what I was smoking. It probably was decent. I know it was Macanudo for sure, because they were, the light Monte Cristo. They come in the yellow tube, and we were smoking a lot of those different type of Macanudos. And I thought Macanudo was just cool. You might ask me, I'm smoking a Macanudo. Just the name of it was cool. So I don't know what happened. Would maybe start getting into the different types of rappers, the different light to medium to full. I just over time my palate just started changing. I started hanging around, going to lounges in the different parts of the country when I traveled to work. I started hanging around and getting to know people who were a lot more knowledgeable about cigars than I was. And eventually that led me later on to starting a cigar group here in Charlotte called Whiskey and Cigar Nights, which was about 7 years ago. And I started producing whiskey and cigar events. So in those events, we would have an educational element. We have a lot of people who weren't that versed in cigars, and we teach them about cigars and pairing them with the, different whiskeys, whether it be bourbon, scotch or whatever. And we bring people in like Damon, who was a sommelier. He'd come in and, bring people like him to kind of do an educational thing. We bring liquor reps in to talk about different types of whiskey. And then, that's kind of how it just started growing in the culture. And until eventually I met these two great people here. And Damon actually, approached me three years ago about this cigar event. And, the timing wasn't right. And then now I'm glad we didn't do it then, Damon. Now it feels perfect. I feel like, I'm with the best partners that I could have doing this. So,
Now,
yeah.
To touch on that, you said you guys have had this idea for 3 years. Is this going to be a once a year event? Are you guys going to try to do it maybe once or twice a year? What is your guys' vision for Queen City Cigar Fest?
Our vision is
Well,
to
the vision is to do it annually.
Yeah, this is the inaugural, but we definitely want to make it a yearly thing, and we want it to grow every year. We want this to be huge. Where people from all over the country view this as a must-see or must-attend event every year, like going to Vegas or any other place, or Miami.
Smoke.
Yeah. So we, that's our vision. That's our goal. Sounds lofty, but
No, I love it. I love that. Yeah, I think it's always good to go for something big. I mean, there's plenty of stuff happening in the world. Make it more unique. Make it your own. And I like the idea of it already. Taking a few days, seeing the entire community or the community that wants to be a part of it. I understand not every lounge is going to always do that, but the fact that so many have joined in, it just shows how connected the cigar community is. I mean, we're not the biggest community out there as far as just a luxury item consumer group of people, but it is very inclusive. It feels like, and you guys are showing it right now, that a lot of people are willing to get together if something's really fun happening, something we all care about. And no matter, what you do, where you're out in life, if you're the richest guy in the room or you're a guy who works a 9 to 5 for no reason, everyone can have a good time and just enjoy a cigar and sit back and relax. And I think that's going to be a great event. I cannot wait. I hope I get to go check it out in May now.
Oh, that would be awesome if you guys can. Yeah. They're really
Yeah,
excited
to
about
that
it.
point, I remember when I was there was a cigar lounge that I used to frequent often when I lived in Nashville. It's called trying to think of the name of it. Pardon me for the pause, but I forget the name of it. Pardon me, but it's in Nashville. I have to go to it all the time. But the point of me saying that is that during those first 2 or 3 years of me getting into cigars, there was a gentleman in there, and he said, and he may be regurgitating this, from throughout the cigar community, but he said the cigars are a great equalizer. Like you can be the guy who owns the company, or you could be the guy who sweeps the floors. For that time when you're sitting there smoking a cigar, you're on a level playing field.
Mhm.
You know, one of our ambassadors, Tyson. If you go to our Instagram page and you go to IG videos, you go down to Tyson. Tyson gives a beautiful, very passionate, well thought out explanation about cigars and about saying that cigars have no gender, they have no race, they have no political affiliation, anything. They're just cigars, right? Any type of differences. It's like we bring those differences in, right? But when you're sitting down with a cigar, you're just enjoying the cigar. You're enjoying the company that the cigar affords.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely agree with that. Yeah. And then let's see, we have Jeremy in the comments here. Do you have an estimate cost for each event? So is there going to be like a ticket price so you can attend the entire thing? Is there a kind of a piecemeal so if you can't make everything, you can go to each piece? Or
Well, I think we're still trying to work that piece out. We
There's still
recognize
time.
that there's individuals, especially people that are not living within the city, that will be traveling in, and may only be able to be there for Friday and Saturday, and therefore miss Wednesdays and Thursdays events. But our signature events are the ones that's going to be actually having costs. So
Right.
it won't,
Yeah.
we're still talking about it, but it's probably going to just be one ticket price.
Yeah, the bar crawl element aspect of the festival, there will be no charge. I think we will require registration, to come for free. But we have 2 signature events on the weekend, which is going to incur costs. But for the lounge events from Wednesday to Friday, there will be no cost for that. So,
And I
Okay.
kind of pick it back off what Clint said. When we do release our packages and the prices, of course, we want everybody to understand that whatever price that we set, it's going to be a very affordable thing because it's not about charging people and making money. What it's about is community. It's about cigars. It's about community or whatnot. So we're going to make this very, very affordable to everyone. But at the same time, you will see that whatever that ticket price is, the value that you get will vastly exceed what you're going to pay.
Absolutely.
Great point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's really important for people to know that the value is going to be exceptional as well. And you guys may not have this figured out yet, but for people that may be coming from outside the Charlotte area, have you guys been able to partner with any local hotels, get like a discount code kind of a thing, or will they be left to their own devices on that?
Well, we're working on that right now. We have a couple of hotels in the uptown area, and we're focusing. Of course, we're working on some deals with some places around the city, but specifically in the uptown area because a lot of our signature events will take place in the uptown area. So we don't want people to have to drive, a great distance from their hotel to go to our signature events.
That's
We
smart.
want
That's
to
right.
we want to try to make everything very easy for people to get to.
Now, we do have a question here in the comments for you guys. For people that may not be able to make the event, but they still want to support it in some way, will you guys be having like a pack of cigars that are like the ones that you'll be featured at the different lounges so they can purchase that online?
Thanks for that idea.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it. Yeah.
I like that.
Cool. And
Like,
Larry,
we
sorry about that,
always
brother.
want
You're
any
getting
kind
some
of
background
big
noise. Not. Yeah, we're just getting a little bit of popping noise on our end. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's coming from, brother. But if we can,
Yeah, I'm hearing it
see
too.
if I can't figure that one out. But back to the cigars real quick. Yeah, I would love that idea. Just in case, like, yeah, if somebody for the first year, if you can't make it, and then gonna save up for next year. So I want to see this happen every year. Maybe get that cigar pack out there. I want a T-shirt. That's one thing.
Okay.
Well, one of the things that we're working on right now is, and that was a great idea. Whoever said that was a great idea, and that's something we can take back and we can try to incorporate. But one of the things that we're trying to do is, of course, as Drida said earlier, there are many cigar lounges here in the Charlotte and surrounding areas. All of them are not necessarily participating from the aspect of being a lounge that we're going to have events at, because it's really about space. Because the lounges that we're working with, they have the most space. But we would like for people to be able to partake in some of the other lounges, if they have time, because a lot of different lounges, they have lots of different selections and whatnot. So we're working with some of the lounges that are not going to be event spaces to see if maybe they can, work with our goodie bag that we're putting together to maybe put some discount coupons in there for people to purchase cigars online.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like that idea a lot too. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have our local lounge that we usually do the show from on Tuesdays, but to do a large event there would be very difficult. We got like 9 chairs in that lounge. It's not going to be it's not going to be a place that you can really pack 40 guys in and let everybody smoke. Because then all of a sudden you're not going to see anybody.
Right.
So that's why we moved the event to another spot every time. So it's kind of nice to have that idea for the lounges that they're still great. It's just it's a little smaller than usual, so it's not something. You don't want to knock them for it. You still want to keep them included. So I really like that idea.
Yeah, that was Celestino who had the idea right there. So I really like that idea. If you guys want to grab a different cigar from everybody's spot, those discount coupons you're talking about online, throw them all in. Get like a custom cigar humidified bag, with your guys' logo on it, kind of a thing, or throw some stickers in there. I think that would be a great idea for people that may not be able to travel come May, but still support.
Still want to support. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. That was a fantastic idea.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, he didn't have that idea when we did Stogie Fest, but I'm glad he got.
Hey, the person who came up with the idea, you say her name was Celestina?
Celestino.
Yeah. So here's something funny for you. There's a cigar company out of Orlando, Florida called Cordoba Morales. And they make a cigar called the Celestina. It's named after the owner's grandmother. It is an absolutely phenomenal cigar. So I would tell anybody, go look up Cordoba Morales online, go follow them on Instagram, and go buy the Celestina.
I'm gonna try that out now.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, there we go, right there, Brad. They're located in Charlotte. That is fantastic.
Yeah. You gotta get over. He's a great guy.
We will contact you.
I'll make sure we message you that email address after the show. I'll send it to your Instagram so you guys get connect. I think that'd be
we're still looking for sponsors. We have a few, but we're looking for some more. So if anybody knows anybody else that's interested, yes, please send them our way.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Okay, so Celestino likes that idea. Okay, fantastic. So, is there anything else you guys can tell us about what you guys have in store for the event? Will one of you be taking the reins every day? Will you guys be working in unison every day? I mean, how is that going to go? What will your different roles be throughout the entire event?
No,
We'll be working in unison.
I'm not going to ask anything of our patrons, our future patrons, that I'm not willing to do myself. I'm asking everybody, if you do not live, whether you live in Charlotte or you live outside of Charlotte, take off, go ahead and put it in your PTO for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I am taking off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to make sure that I am at every last one of our events. We want to see your face in the place.
And I just want to reiterate to everyone watching that we're going to have something for everybody. This is not going to be cigars, the lounges. We're going to have art. We're going to have a beer. you know, one of our signature events is going to be at a brewery here, so it's going to be, you know, that's going to be crazy. So we're going to have like beer out there, vendors out there, food trucks. You know, it's going to be a lot of things going on during that week, and I think we're going to have something for everybody.
Right. And diverse music as well. All different types of
Exactly.
music. So, yeah, it'll be really nice.
Now,
And
so you
one
guys
thing
are
that
doing
Drida said
the
earlier-
festival, but I don't know how it is out there in Charlotte. I've never been. But what about some sort of golf tournament event? Those are pretty popular out here in Bakersfield, and Phoenix as well. You know, they'll different companies will sponsor holes. Guys will pitch in. They'll pay their green fees and that kind of thing. Get different cigars at different holes. Is that something that may be available to you guys out in Charlotte? I don't know how the golfing scene is out there.
We thought about that, but that's not something we're going to do on our inaugural year. Maybe, you know, something we may consider in the future.
No, I think that's smart. Yeah, it seems like you don't want to be too many spots at once for the first one. Yeah, it's but I like that idea though. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
Now, I
real
wanna
quick,
piggyback
another
on
quick
Drida
idea for you
earlier.
guys is you guys could always do the where's the matches at?
Oh, you're talking.
You guys could always do the matches and the cutters with the logos on them.
Yep.
They've always been super popular over here. So another idea for you guys.
We are definitely working on that.
We're working on that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
These guys are full of ideas.
I know.
Well, I think that's a great idea. And then, if possible, I don't know if you guys have already thought about doing a long ash contest at one of the days. But heck, I gotta get a hold of you after this. Maybe us as Pariah can throw in some cigars for that. You know, if you have a certain number of
That
guys.
would be great.
Every one that I've ever done, I always won.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, my events, I would do that. And so what we would do, we put in, everyone that wanted to be involved would put in $10 in this pot. And so it'll be a stack of money, like 20 people put in this $10 a piece, and whoever lasts longest, you know,
Takes it
has
home.
the longest lasting ash. It wasn't the longest ash, it was the last ash standing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So if everyone else falls and you're still standing, you win the pot.
I like that.
That's a good
I
idea.
like that idea.
See, the only problem is I never win. I'm the exact opposite. I've never won one. This guy has. There was a gentleman and his wife, and her very first cigar she ever smoked, she won. So I got to keep practicing. I got to get better. Sooner or later.
You can imagine how funny it is to see 20 guys walking around like this.
Trying their best. Just trying your best.
Right.
But guys, that is going to do it for us. We're a little short on time today. So I'll start with Damon. Damon, if you have anything else you'd like to say before we let you guys go, we'll give you the floor.
Well, two things. Thank you very much. I wanted to piggyback on something that Drida said earlier. All three of us are, of course, we cigar lovers, but all three of us are into the education of cigars. And as she alluded to earlier, we're going to have an educational component during our week, because we feel that if people understand better what they're smoking, then they will enjoy what they're smoking a lot better. And the second thing I want to say is that, you know, what the mission of this Queen City Cigar Fest is basically to, as I said earlier, to highlight the enormity and the diversity of our cigar culture, but also at the same time, we want to act as a catalyst to affect our local economy for, you know, small businesses in a niche market.
Nice.
Fantastic. Drida, how about you?
Well, first I wanted to thank you guys for having us on the show.
My
Really
pleasure.
appreciate it. I've been watching you guys for a while. So I really appreciate you guys letting us on. And I just wanted to remind all of the viewers to just follow us on Instagram, as we're on Facebook as well. And then our website is coming up, so keep an eye on that. It's www.queencitycigarfest.com. That has not live yet, but it should be within the next week or two. So just kind of keep an eye on that for more details. And then we also have a cigar group. I have one called what is my cigar? Cigar Cut Up. And then Clint has one as well. What is yours called, Clint?
Mine?
Yeah, what's your group
Oh,
called?
whiskey. So you can find my my group on Facebook and Instagram. It's called Whiskey and Cigar Nights.
Nice.
So Instagram is Whiskey Cigar Nights CLT, and on Facebook is Whiskey and Cigar Nights.
Right. So there's information that's being pushed in those cigar groups as well. So I just wanted to encourage everybody to just kind of follow us. And we're really excited about the Cigar Festival. And anyone who's interested in coming out from all walks of life, we welcome you, and we will definitely show you that Southern hospitality.
Fantastic. Clinton, anything to say?
No, I just want to thank you guys for having us on. Appreciate that. And for anyone looking for more information about sponsoring or how they can get involved, you can connect with us at our email address, which is queencitycigarfest@gmail.com. Is that right, Damon?
Right.
Yep. So queencitycigarfest@gmail.com. And we look forward to connecting with everyone that's out there. And thanks again for you guys for letting us on.
Not a problem. Real quick, Brad's asking, what are the dates again?
One last time. Make sure it's everybody.
Yes,
That will
May
be
19th to the 23rd.
May 19th to the 23rd.
Fantastic. That's a Wednesday through Sunday, yes? That's a Wednesday through Sunday?
Yes, Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay, and then, one last comment from Celestina before we go, guys. Says Charlotte is big into NASCAR. Maybe you guys could reach out to some of the drivers.
Yeah, if they smoke cigars. I don't know. That's a good idea. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much.
I Dale Jr., but I found out that Dale Jr. was a habitual cigarette smoker, and his wife got him to stop smoking cigarettes, so he's probably not going to smoke cigars.
Yeah, smart.
All right, guys.
All right.
That'll do it for us. Thank you guys so much for being on. Don't forget, you guys, check out Queen City Cigar Fest on Instagram. Go follow them. Give them some likes. You guys can stay up to date on all the developments with that event in Charlotte in May. Again, that's May 19th through 23rd. Keep up with them on there. We'll let you guys know as soon as their website goes live. But for now, you guys can follow them on Instagram to keep up to date on anything that may be changing or any new information coming up for that. Again, thank you to Clinton, Drida, and Damon for being on today, and we will see you guys hopefully again soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right.
Pleasure.